All right, hello, welcome to a Tope Talks podcast. This is technically a podcast, and I kind of want. Oh, sorry, that turned it into way bigger than imagined it to be. Let me find my controller. So, welcome everyone to a Tope Talks podcast. This might be the first one, or I don't know if I've actually uploaded all the other ones that I had planned to upload. You know what I'm saying? Right now we're playing. Forget the name of the game. But it's like Battle of something, Archangels or whatever. Let's get into it. That'll be on in the background while I'm talking about whatever I want to talk about today. This is not like the Skies of Arcadia. There you go. That's what I'm playing right now. I'm gonna turn the volume down just a little more, just to make sure. Um, just to make sure that it's not overpowering me. And today we're gonna talk about what's right actually above my head. Why the name changes? Why did I change everything from smexyhabib to actually smexyhabib or sorry, I changed my name from smexyhabib to Tope, and I've done it across all my platforms. That's what I go by online now. And but that's not the name I gave myself when I was making my ads, when I was making my handles online. That's not exactly the name that I used. I used Habib Edits, as you can see in the pink right here. I used Habib Edits. And why did I do that? Why the name change? Well, basically because Smexy Habib guide had it was fun. It was something that just came out of nowhere, and I just went with it. I think I was making like a League of Legends account, and I just like, okay, I'll just use this from now on. The audio may be a bit too loud from the game, so I'm just gonna make sure it's, yeah, I'm just gonna make sure. um so that's going down. And so it just got a bit childish, you know what I'm saying? Like, the game itself got a bit, not the game, the name itself got a bit just not something that I wanted. You know what? Yeah, it just wasn't something that I wanted to associate myself with, as had gotten bigger and bigger with the media stuff, with the film stuff. I'd been getting more clients and everything. And to actually, the easiest way for me to like credit myself, instead of having to write my name down on the film or like my email or whatever, just put my ad on there, right? That's the most beautiful thing about social media. You could just put your ad somewhere, and then people could just look you up on whatever they have, and they'll be like, oh, there he is. And so what had happened was, I wanted to credit myself. One of my clients, they were like, yeah, put your whatever information you'd like on there. And I'm like, okay, I'll do it. And instead of having my full name and email, contact information, whatever, which seemed kind of scummy to do, for their videos, so I was like, let's not do that. And I was like, but my at sucks. My name, it's something I don't want to associate with myself anymore. It was fun while I was a kid, right? While I was a bit younger, and it wasn't as, crazy to have like, oh, it's Smexy Habib, that's just him, right? That's just him. Smexy, that's just who he is, right? But in reality, I wasn't really trying to go that. I wasn't really trying to be like that, you know what I'm saying? Like, just have a more professional demeanor, have a more professional look, because when you look at my social media, that's gonna be like your first, well, we're getting to a battle right now, that's gonna be the first look, right? And and that's gonna be the first look that I give, right? That's the first thing you're gonna see from me, and that's the best thing, right? Like, I have to be on my best behavior online, or else like people won't necessarily fuck with me at that point. And it's like the weirdest thing ever, because I was like, I went from one point where I like really liked the name, and I was like, yeah, this is it, this is me, this is gonna be me for the rest of my life, to where I completely hated the game, or hated the name. And so I changed it. That was all. I kind of just wanted to be more professional, more approachable online, and it really did help. It really did help a lot. I was able to put my name. I'm now able to put my name out a lot more, and it's simple, Habib edits. It's giving a little homage to the Call of Duty editing community that I fell in love with at the time, because everyone has like either their name and edits at their tag, or like I wanted to do Habib MP4, but that fucked up. I fucked up on that, and I was too late. I was actually very I actually made like all the business stuff. I already made that official and everything, and so I wasn't able to do Habib MP4, because then I would have to change everything all over again, and I got very lazy on that. Um, but with that going out, but yeah, that's who I am now. That's Habib Edits. That's me. Sorry, we're in game now. I don't know what's going on. Interesting. I was just talking the whole time. So why do I have two names, huh? That's also a bigger question. Why do I have more than one name? Why do I go by Tope, right? That's why I like to be called Tope. Everything I put online is as Tope. Um, and then why do I have my at as Habib Edits? It gets kind of mucky here and there, but Tope has always been my dream. Like it's like a really dope like gamer tag type of thing. Like I really want to be known as Tope. Habib Edits will be like professional IRL stuff, but online, if I could stay as Tope, and if I could be Tope for like the longest time ever. Tope came from um me actually just wanting to what did Tope come from? So Tope's Tope's origins actually came from, oh, I can't even do magic. Okay. All right, so Tope's origins actually came from the a tope. A tope is like something um that you don't necessarily like. What is a tope? A tope is something you wear on your head when you go to pray, right? Like at the mosque or whatever, or at your house. It's what like Muslim men wear to pray. And I always had this fascination with like, this is this funny thing as like a tope, right? And I was like, cool, I'll just name myself that, because that's a name that you never hear. That's a name that not many people would know, and it'd be kind of dope because it'd be like a little knowing me a bit more, knowing the type of person I am a bit more, right? So that's that. That's why I went with it. So why do I have two names? Because Habib Edits is the at, but Tope is like who I am. You know what I'm saying? Like Habib Edits is like what the adults and everyone call you, right? In your life, like your real full name or whatever. And then Tope is like what your friends call you type stuff. You know what I'm saying? That's what we're on about with that. But yeah, that's the only reason for two names. I really, it got kind of confusing for some people, others not so much. And yeah, so I think that was all that I had to talk about on that. I'm actually gonna stop the game. Fuck this game real quick. Like low key, just fuck the game. Like, let me just talk. Let's just sit down and talk for a second, right? So that's my name. That's who I am. That's what I'm doing these days. And that's a bigger question, right? Like, what am I doing? Like, you see me pop up now out of nowhere. I'd never created content for myself before 2017. I had vlogging and everything, but that was always just to build up a repertoire or a resume for editing, learning how to edit and figuring all that out. And that's all that was for. But afterwards, I created Lost Millennials. I did this, I did that. So what am I doing with Lost Millennials? The goal for Lost Millennials is actually to give myself and my friends an outlet, a creative outlet for us to produce whatever we'd like, whatever we'd go for. It really does help that we're able to shoot commercials and we're able to do documentaries and all that good stuff in the meantime, which really drives my creative passion and Marco's creative passion. We're able to do the podcast, which gives a voice to the millennials out there, to the youth. I really like bringing out people around my age or even younger sometimes, or even older, just to give their 2 cents about what's going on in the world, what's going on in pop culture, what's important in their life, right? Not necessarily what's important in everyone's life, because there's everyone has like this one artist or this one whatever, right? This one subgenre of something that they really like, but the whole world doesn't really know about it. So if you talk to your friends about it, they're gonna be clueless. But if you don't talk to your friends about it, you won't um, open them up to this amazing thing, right? So that's kind of what I want to do with Lost Millennials so far. The end goal for it all is honestly, the end goal for it all is to be a big enough I don't want to say company or like firm or anything, but be big enough where I'm able to help and provide a place, a creative outlet for younger people, like who are still in high school or still in college, and especially in Houston, right? Not just anywhere in the world. I want it to be, right now, I want it to be focused around Houston, because Houston, we talked about on the podcast, that's going to come out this week. I'm going to move myself over here. I just feel very like barren over there. There you go. I just felt very barren over there. So we're gonna try. I'm gonna try. There you go. Just getting that a little bigger. And then put the Habib edits there. Sorry, I'm changing my stuff up. I was thinking about doing like playing a video game and talking at the same time, but I realized that's just annoying, right? Like, I was like, oh, let's do that, but it's like, that's just a cut com at this point. I'm not gonna cut this shit up. Fuck that. So yeah, that's what I want to do. I want to be able to give a creative outlet to all the youngsters, everyone. Well, not just young people. I want to give it to old people as well. I feel like old people, or elder people, not even old people. I'm just saying like people that are older than myself, in their late 20s or in their 30s, who thought they loved doing whatever they chose to do back in their early 20s, and they don't like it, or they have a passion for something else and they just want to give it a try. It's a hobby, and I kind of want to help everyone like that out. Just give them more credibility, right? Give them an opportunity to show what they're worth, what they are able to create, just them being able to show the world that, hey, this is what I'm able to do, please hire me, something like that. And it works out. Some of the artists and some of the filmmakers that we have worked with, they have gone on to bigger things this year. I myself have done a lot of things this year, so that's fun. But yeah, that's exactly what I want to do with Lost Millennials. So far we started with a podcast, which has been a great thing, which we have more and more people coming out and supporting, not only supporting, but actually helping out and actually wanting to be on the podcast, giving their 2 cents. And to the point where it's kind of hard to actually manage that, because I'm going to have to see if I could film something or if I could get something done in the meantime. Like, just trying to manage all the timings of everything is what's next. But yeah, not much else to talk about right now. That's who I am. That's what I've been doing. This is probably gonna go up on my channel, my own channel. So if you want, you could always go follow the Lost Millennials channel. Subscribe to them. We always come out with pretty cool stuff. I think we talk about really important things. And then in the future, the whole podcast shit's gonna change. All right, I'm changing a bunch of stuff because a friend of mine, the friend, she asked for a podcast link because she texted me during the podcast, and I'm like, sorry, I wasn't replying because I was filming a podcast. She's like, oh, for what? And I let her know, like, it's a podcast, this is what we film, it's about this, and she wanted a link for it. And so when I went to go like look at like which podcast would I really would recommend to her, like genuinely, like, yo, you're gonna watch this podcast, you're gonna fall in love with it, right? But I'm so hypercritical of everything. I'm like, this dude, I'm talking too slow, I'm talking too low, I'm too quiet, I don't have the hype. And I forget that's like the vibe of the podcast, where like I'm chilled out in the podcast, but I think I want to bring that energy back, right? Let me be in camera. I want to bring that energy back. All right. I want to bring back like some of the elements from the Lost Millennials podcast that we had running, which is on standby until I we figure out what we want to do with that. But we're trying to build it up as a brand, and I'm like, we're gonna to take it a step further. We've already got the content there now, but to take it a step further, we got to bring the energy. We got to bring better topics. I want to talk about cooler things instead of just about what happened in everyone's day and what we're gonna be bitching about. I really don't want to be bitching about anything. So that's what I'm gonna go for. That's the aim right now. And stay tuned. The next month of podcasts after this one are gonna be hella hyped, gonna be hella good, and I promise that. I genuinely do. I will do everything in my power to make it as good as it can be. All right, make it as good and as worth it as it can be. So the 45 minutes to 30 minutes that you do spend, or you will spend watching the podcast, you actually learn something, you gain some knowledge, you figure something out about yourself, you figure something out about the people around you, and ways that you're able to change your creative outlook on life, right? And yeah, so that's what that is about. Again, podcast gonna change. You already know what I have 2 names at this point. It's your boy Tope, or Habib Edits, and I'm just we're just trying to figure out who we are as a brand, as a company, right? That's why I don't upload a lot of content, creative content, to the Lost Millennials channel right now. We have our documentaries, we have our short films or whatever, but besides that, and the podcast, we don't really have much plans for others. We wanted to put out gameplay, but I scratched that idea real quick because I really don't want that channel or us to be a gameplay channel. I mean, hopefully in the future we'll have a branch of gameplay, you know what I'm saying? We'll have like whatever Marco comes up with, we'll have that for him. But until we figure out who we are, until we figure out who we are necessarily, I don't know. There won't be much there, right? I don't want to just like throw content out there. You know what I'm saying? Like, throw content out there and have it be shitty content, and then that's what people's assumption of us is, right? That's like their image of us, and I just don't, because first impressions are hella important at that point. And I kind of want to go with it. I kind of want to make sure if I'm putting something out, I could share it with everyone. I could share it with this friend, and I'd not be like, yo, don't mind everything I say, or this is, just so I don't have any excuses for it to be subpar than my own standards. Because my standards, you could ask anyone who's ever filmed with me, I have some pretty crazy standards. All right, I don't I'm not, I'm super chill half the time when it comes to creating content. Though I want you to have a good time, but I also want your best, right? I don't want you to just sit there and suck in all the information. I want it to be a genuine conversation between, just because it's being recorded, I really hate the fact that sometimes it feels like I'm the only one talking half the time, and I've had to have this conversation with some people, with myself even. I've had to I have to be true about it. I'm like, yo, it has to be a genuine conversation. That's what a podcast is. That's how ideas get formed. That's how we learn, that's how we grow, and that's how we do everything. So yeah, that's what it is. That's what Lost Millennial is. We're still trying to figure it out. We're still trying to get at it, and one day we're gonna be there. We're gonna be at the top. We're gonna have some great content for you soon. We've got a lot of stuff planned out, and we're just executing on it right now behind the scenes, and then we're gonna go for it, man. We're gonna kill it. We're gonna get it done. And you're gonna be there around for the ride. So again, thank you very much for watching. You could always hit me up on this link right here, or you could just check us out at the Lost Millennial Studios. Check out the podcast. I got 2 names. You already know why now. And I'll see you next time. Bye, boys.